unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Welcome, welcome, Chicago and all the others. We're broadcasting live right here from Chicago. You already know what it is. It's live, uncut, unedited. Appreciate you. I want to give a shout out to my YouTube family. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're definitely live, uncut, and unedited. That's what it is. And if you're not my YouTube friend, you definitely consider to subscribe to Martin G. Johnson. Hit that bell for the notification. All right. We're back again. This is a beautiful day. I always say this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I tell you. Somebody said this is a brand new day we've never seen before in history. It definitely is a new day. It's a new day, people. Some of us, we didn't make it today. Some of us have homes we can't enjoy. We have beds that we can't sleep in. We have cars that we can't drive. We have money that we can't even spend. We have wives that we can't enjoy. We have husbands that we can't enjoy. We have children, and we don't even know who they are, husbands and uncles, because some have come upon us. This is truth, people, tonight. This is the place where we tell the truth and what shame the devil. And that's what we're going to do. Some folks don't like us. They unfriend us. They unfollow us. So be it. I tell you, one thing they can't say, that we're going to take down the truth. We still standing like a watchman on the wall, crying loud and spare not, spare no one, not even myself. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. It's been a long journey this week. I tell you, I visit different little events, and I'm tired, but I'm right here again, back here again with you guys. So it's been a long day, a long, very long day, but I'm not complaining. I'm clothed in my right mind, have my health and my strength, and I ain't taking nothing for granted. I tell you. Songwriter said I wouldn't take nothing from a journey. I've got to make it to heaven somehow. He's offered me everything that's got a name, all the wealth I want. Worldly fame if I could, still it wouldn't take nothing from a journey now. And that's the way I feel tonight. Can't take nothing from a journey. No matter what come upon me, no matter how much fame and money and wealth come my way, I got to make it to heaven somehow. And that's my main goal. I'm on an assignment here on earth. And I'm in the land of the living. The scripture said, work while it's day. When night come, can no man work. So people, we have to do the things that God tell us to do while we can and when we can. Don't wait till you get old and need that knee replacement and that hip replacement. Then you start talking about what you're going to do for the Lord and what you're going to do for the community and all that. Do it now. Do it now while you have your health and strength, your clothing, your right mind, and your mind is focused. Do it right now. Don't put off something that you can do today for tomorrow. Do it right now. Help some soul, help some person. And don't look for nothing in exchange. I always say, when you do things and bless people in private, God blesses you in the public. You know, some of us, we got this thing that, and anybody know that I love social media. I use it as a tool to get a message out. But some messages are not for social media. Real talk tonight. And I want to say I appreciate every last person that come on my live faithfully. Those that can't come, but when I'm off, they get on. I appreciate you too. I even appreciate my enemies that come on here. They may not like Martin Johnson, but they can say that boy Martin Johnson, know he be telling the truth. Don't like him. They can't tell you why they don't like me. But that's okay. That's okay. You may not like the messenger, but you better listen to the message. I tell you. And I'm quite sure I'm still doing it, and I have made an impact on many lives by doing the right thing for people. And that's my job. Don't care if I don't get no grant money. Don't care if people bless me. God is my source. David said, the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. When God blesses you and sends you on an assignment, he gives you everything that you need. Everything. May not the things that you think you need, but everything that you need. God told Moses, he said, use what you have in your hand. And what Moses had in his hand, it was a staff, a cane, as we would call it in our day. And he used it. So I'm telling you tonight, those of you that want to come on the harvest, come in the harvest and do some work tonight. Work with what you got until something else come along. Christ said, the harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few. So pray that the Lord of the harvest send forth labors. There's plenty of work out here to do, people. You can't be this person. I can't be you. Everybody going to have their own niche. As one person said, the world is a stage, and everybody got their role to play. We all have our role to play. And it's my job, and I'm duty bound to tell you what thus said the Lord tonight. Sometimes we have painful conversations, and we say to ourselves that hurt my feelings. But sometimes our feelings need to be hurt. Sometimes we need to be reminded of the butt-naked truth. They said when the butt-naked truth comes, it undressed a dressed-up lie. And that's what we want to do tonight. We want to pull, expose the darkness with light. We want to pull a cover and show the shameness. We want to speak to the souls of men and the hearts of men. The scripture said the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? It said, who can know it? All right, people. I appreciate y'all listening to me. I just ran off a little bit. And you know, sometimes the Spirit blesses me and I have to say what I have to say, but I'm a great listener. I don't always have to talk. I don't always have to be in the front of things. I'm like a team player. Even if I wasn't a starter on a football team or a basketball team, as long as you see me in the uniform and I'm sitting on the bench, but I'm a part of this team. I may not be in the starting lineup, but I am a member of the team. So I'd rather be a member of the team that's progressing, doing things, than not be a member and looking on the outside. I hope y'all can understand me. I'm going a little deep tonight. Somebody need to hear it. Make sure you share this page. share it, tag somebody into it, messenger. Whatever you have to do, do it. Let's get the message out. Let's get the message out, because it's the knowledge that we don't get will make us perish. He said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge, understanding. We don't know because we don't know. And we need to know, people. We need to know. Life isn't just here in America. It's all over the world. It's different cultures, different places, different faces. Here in America, some of us, we love the pig. Maybe in another country, they don't do no pig. Here in America, we love to have dogs as pets, but maybe in another country, dogs is food. So we think different, we dress different, we speak different. Because you don't speak like me or look like me, that doesn't make that you're wrong or you're demonic at all, or you don't count. We got to remember, people, back in the biblical days, it was the crowd that was overtaken by the flood. It was the crowd. So because we see a lot of people doing certain things, that doesn't mean that it's right or it's good or it's righteous, because a lot of people are doing it. That doesn't make it right. I'm talking tonight. I know y'all said, Martin, let's get on with this program. Boy, you're talking too much. All right, let me acknowledge some of my guests tonight. I appreciate you guys. I just want to acknowledge some people. Sharice Rice, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Shirley Lindsay, I see you. Lee Ethel Liggins, I see you. Tamara, I see you. Lovely Dree, I see you. Sharice Sutton, I see you. Lewis Ramsey, Tyrese Versus, Ty Legend Hunter, I see you. Sunshine Pool, Radiant Jewel by Rio, I see you. Billy Kinslow, I see you. Kanika Robinson, I see you. Macy Gaywood, I see you. Don Tyson, I see you. Sherry Jones Montjoy, I see you. I see you. Patricia Robinson, I see you. All right. Rakia Thompson, I see you. I see you. I see you. Kanika Robinson again. Nathan LaFair, I see you, my brother. Chuck Montgomery, thank God for you. All right. I see you. I see you. Annette Flagon, all right. I see you. I see you. Sunshine Pool, I see you. Marie Cunningham, I see you. I see you. Kim Edenton, I see you. All right, my favorite, Lashana Pendleton, all right, I see you. All right, Raven Harris, I see you. Cheryl Blakely, I see you. Yvonne Manley, I see you. Raven Harris again. All right, I'll see. Barbara Cooper, all right. Sherry Jones again. All right. Cheryl Blakely again. All right. Sophia Young, what's going on? I see you. I see you. Angela Patrick, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. All right. Tyrone is that Mouse? All right. All right. Sheila Hawkins, I see you. Anna Johnson, I see you. Tyrone again, I see you. I see you. L.Y. Hill, I see you. Gerald Davis. Karen Crawley, I see you. Nisha Thomas Taylor, I see you. Stephanie Smith, I see you. Monica Scott, I see you. Kevin Hill, what's going on? David McDonald, I see you. Valerie McKinley, I'm sorry. All right. Venitra Smith, I see you. I see you. Valencia Thomas, I see you. Sheila Rogers, Deborah Singleton. All right, let me get back to the people. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. And as I say, some of us are grieving right now. We've lost loved ones, and some of us going through relationship problems. Some of us suffering from substance abuse problems. Some of us suffering from church hurt. Some of us suffering from a lot of things. In spite of all, we're here, we're living. God decided to touch us with a hand of love and wake us up this morning. I think the Baptist folks said, he said, I could have been dead, sleeping in my grave. He made death get back and behave. I tell you, people, somebody that was here yesterday is not here today. This truly is the land of the living. And most of us will be dead longer than we'll be living. And it's the truth. It is the gospel truth. I can't explain it the way I probably thinking it, but it is the truth, I tell you. And I want to thank all the community activists. I want to thank all the ministers and everybody that's out there that's trying to bring change, positive change to the community, that's trying to help somebody. You may not be in front of the social media camera or on the news or whatever platform, but you're playing your role. Some people's role is not to be in the front. Some people's role is in the back. They might play a role of finance. They may play a role of counseling. You never know. We all have roles. This is Chicago, people. We have a lot of things, wicked things going on. Wicked things going on. Every day, people, not just the criminals. It's police crimes, citizen crimes, politician crimes. It's going on, people. We don't like it. I was hearing today that in Florida, 3 black people got shot and killed by a white man. Then he turned the gun on himself. We living in that day and time, people, where people's minds, we calling what's wrong right and what's right wrong. And I want to tell you, don't let nobody shame you for doing the right thing. It always pays to do the right thing. So don't let the right thing be a shame. All right? The scripture told us, woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. I think I'm saying that right. Woe unto them. We living in a society where they try to shame you for things that's not natural. They try to shame you. And I always tell people, sex is between a man and a woman. And anything that's outside of it is anti-sex. People, we don't want to be anti-nature. We want to enjoy nature at its fullest. And when I say nature, the sunlight, the moon, the air, the water, we want to enjoy the plants, the food. But we don't need to be injecting animals with steroids and dyes and all that stuff, putting poison in the food. People, we're living in a world full of hate. Full of hate. And I'm not saying go in some country, roll your errand, buy your home and live by yourself and don't socialize. I'm not saying that at all. The Bible said it's good for man not to be alone. That's why he gave him woman to be a helpmate to the man. God never designed the woman to go out there to be the breadwoman, the breadwinner, the tilde of the land. He didn't design that. He designed for the man. And that's why a lot of our women out here are so depressed, because they're playing the role of a man and they got to do it for their babies. And I understand. Those men that can provide for their spouses, that girlfriend, so be it. Bless you. Our women are depressed. They are playing a masculine role not by choice. Some of them are forced to play a masculine role in its society because there's a system in place that try to make the very natural thing reverse the natural thing. It's a system in place. We know the man supposed to be out there, the breadwinner, providing. Not the woman, the man. God built the man, especially designed to be the breadwinner. Oh, yes, I'm telling the truth. I'm going to make somebody mad tonight, but that's okay. I still love you anyhow. Ain't a thing you can do or say about it. I tell you. Have you ever met a person, people, that you see them on social media, they so vibrant and happy, but when you meet them in person, they're a totally different person. I've met those type of people. They're arrogant when you see them in the public. They think that if you don't speak to me, I'm not speaking. Come on now. Come on now. Now, why it's in my spirit, let's get back to these clothes in our closets. All these gym shoes, all these designer shoes and purses that we'll never wear. We ain't going to go to the flea market. We're not going to do a garage sale. So what are we holding on to it for? What are we doing? You said, well, Martin, I spend money for those shoes. You spend money for them baby clothes and your baby can't fit them no more. What you going to do with them? You going to put them in a donation box or you going to throw them in the garbage? What you going to do? Or put it in the storage locker and not pay the bill and let the storage go up for auction. So if somebody get it, you won't know who got it. You feel better that way, wouldn't you? I know you will, with your selfish self. People, we got to love on one another. Black people, we have to show more love toward one another. We are so hostile toward one another. You could look at a brother and sister, their face is all balled up. I was in a gas station yesterday, 2 days ago. A brother told another brother, he said, hey, man, your gas tank is on the wrong side. I know. Basically, mind your business. I got this. You know, the brother was just trying to let you know that your tank, you're on the wrong side of the tank. Then it went on and went on. I just told the brother, hold it, that's be cool. Don't, because this young buck, he's ready. And I tell you, right now as I speak, God by witness, somebody is loading up their pistola. We say in Spanish, their pistol. And they're waiting to shoot somebody. They're waiting to test it out. Maybe they just bought it. And all they need is one negative reaction from you. And there they go. Pow, 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 pow. So they can justify in their mind, he cut me off. He mean mugged me. He kept staring at me. He bumped into me. He said something to me. That's why I shot him. No, you shot him because you trigger happy and something wrong with your mind. You was high. Your mind wasn't there. Any person that listen to me right now, if you take a gun, point it in a direction of some people that don't know you, don't even know you exist, and just start shooting in a crowd of people, something is wrong with you. We call that stinking thinking. It's not the people that you're shooting at. It's you behind the gun. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you when a person can cut you off and you pull your gun and display your gun. something wrong with you. Something is brewing inside your mind. You're ready to pull that trigger. And you're like a time bomb waiting to explode. One day, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to wind up on the news for killing somebody or being killed. One of the two. And I always tell anybody out there, just as much as you're willing to kill, you better be ready to die. That go with any one of us. Law enforcement, a citizen, any one of us. Don't make no difference who it is, right or wrong, good or bad, white or black. Make no difference. The same amount of force that you're willing to put out there and put on somebody, it just might happen to you. And it can happen to you. We living in a world full of hate. Full of hate. We got brothers not speaking to each other. We got sisters not speaking to each other. Uncles and aunts, father and son, mother and father, not speaking to each other. And I understand. We live in a place where our feelings and our emotions sometimes get the best of us. And I always say, if you can't get along with your husband, your wife, or your boyfriend, or your sister or father, separate. Separation sometimes is a good solution, keeping you from laying hands or doing something or saying something that you might later on regret. This is real. Thank y'all for listening to me. I'm just going on and going on and going on. And let's go to a couple of current events. And this is just me talking now. Tell you what I see. Now look at the White Sox. They fired their vice president, I think Kenny Williams. They fired one of their managers, Rick Hanna. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correct. Then after they fired them, we were hearing rumors that the White Sox said they're thinking about leaving Chicago. Then after we heard that, 2 people wind up getting shot in the stadium, in the White Sox stadiums. What's really going on, people? I thought I put that out there for y'all guys. I put a post out there, Facebook took it down immediately. But I'm saying it in the live. What is really going on, people? What is really going on? Our young people against the old people, and the old people against the young people. We can't stand each other. We don't like each other. Listen, young people, we have experienced some things that you younger people have not been through. And I'm speaking to the older people. The Lord said he called the young because they're strong. We need our young people. They are our future, people. Most of us, at this point in our lives, we figured it out. It's almost time to check out of this place, if I may say. A lot of us, including myself, I got way more time behind me than I probably got in front of me. Real talk. Real talk. Our young people must carry on. We have to pass the torch to our young people. But if we passing down negativity, criticism, cussing and fussing, shooting, fighting, dressing half naked, talk about one another, that's no good. You know what that's like? Imagine a young person, teenager, going to a party, and they hear probably about 40, 50 different songs, maybe 3 minutes apiece. All they talk about is killing, shooting, smoking, having sex, selling dope. What kind of effect that you would think that that would have on our young, impressionable minds? All they listening to, song after song after song after song. Some of them got a little weed in their system. Some of them got some lean in their system. Some of them popped a pill. Some of them are lustful toward one another. And they listen to these songs, telling about having sex, unprotected sex, oral sex, popping pills, drinking lean, smoking loud. This is what they tell them. And killing somebody, talking about the ops. These are the songs that's generating in their parties, in their circle, in their minds. We're talking about young, impressionable minds. You say, well, Martin, I listen to that type of music. I never went out there and shot and killed somebody. Good for you. Maybe you had a good, strong mind. What about the weak and impressionable minds? They think that's life. Sex, drugs, money, guns, girls, jewelry, cars, robbing, stealing. They think that's what life is all about. Where are the future scientists, inventors, the businessmen, the skilled laborers, the lawyers, the doctors, the astronauts? Where are they? Is that a thing of the past for Black folks? Black people, how long do you think that we can keep running into these abortion clinics, keep getting abortions, we keep shooting and killing each other, hating on each other? How long do you think that we, and being oppressed by the white man, how long did you think we're going to last in this country? Now, those of you that are historians, let me talk to you for a minute. The educated folks that never done anything wrong, that never drank a beer or smoked a weed or never did it, never came in late, didn't have sex when they was in teenage. Let me talk to you, the ones that did everything right at all the time. Imagine this. Now, back in the 1800s, we'd say 1875, they said Black people here in America was anywhere from 12, 13, 14% of the population. Now, here it is, 2023, they're still saying the same thing. So where are our Black people going? Are we at zero birth or what? At my knowledge, I thought that more people were being born here by Black people than the ones that's dying. So how could we be still in that 12 and 13, 14% centuries later? Something is wrong with that number, or somebody's lying to us. Somebody's lying to us. With abortion, overdose, drug overdose, the murder rate, suicide, all these things, the stillbirth, pregnancy. Where are Black people going? Where are we going? Something wrong with that picture. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of us are doing well here in America, individually. But as a group, as a whole, we're doomed. we're doomed. Now, this country is known for genocide. They are able to pull it off. Don't think they can't. Don't think they can't. They're able to pull it off. We've seen it. Those of us that know history, we've seen what happened to the Indians. In Australia, we've seen what happened to the Tasmanian people. Even in Africa, we've seen what Ebola and all these strange diseases happen to our people. What makes you think that it's not happening right now and it can't happen here in America with the Black Americans? It can happen. First of all, we are so dependent on the white society. They control the flow of water, the drinking water, the food. Those are the number one and two things that you need to survive. Food, drinking water. We haven't even got to the shelter yet. We know who owns the land and makes the laws and the rules. Now, if God said that he gave Adam dominion over everything else, you name me one thing here in America that Black people have dominion over. Nothing. Not even their own selves. I'm speaking truth now. I'm not criticizing Black. I love being Black. I love being Black. I love being Black. Listen, you can't bring a gang of white people around me and talk about all our ills and make me hate Black people. You just ain't, that ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. You can tell me about, as y'all say, a made-up term, Black on Black crime, which crimes don't have a color. You can tell me about the drug uses. You could tell me about the people that's not getting married in the Black race, the single mothers and all those things, the drive-by shootings and the overdose, the dropout rate and all the poverty levels, all those things that you can tell me about. High blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, AIDS, all those things that plague Black people, but you can never make me be ashamed of who I am. Could never. If a gay person can walk around here in America and just say, this is who I am, I'm proud. And one thing different between a gay person here in America and a Black person is a difference. A gay person have a choice for his or her sexuality. A Black person don't have a choice. You come out Black, you will always be Black. You don't have a choice. Can't camouflage that at all. So I love being Black. I love being Black. See what y'all on top on here. But people, I preach tonight, and wow. And I'm going to close it out. Let somebody want to call in and talk. If you can, I'm done talking. I tell you, I'm feeling good tonight. I'm proud to be Black. I'm in love with my kinky hair. I'm in love with my broad nose and my full lips. My God, my complexion. I thank God he didn't make a mistake when he made me. Hey, he didn't meant for me to be super light. He didn't meant for me to be super dark. He meant for me to be the complexion that I am now, and I'm grateful. I'm just happy to be living in the land of the living. Got breath in my body, clothed in my right mind. I tell you, this is real, people. If you don't get nothing from this message today, we have to show love toward one another, people. We got to love ourselves first. I tell you, I tell any woman out there, you cannot make a man love you, especially when he don't love himself. How could he give something and when he can't give it to himself? That don't make sense. If he love himself, he can love you and everybody else around you. But when he can't love himself, he won't treat you right. He won't love you right. Yes, he can give you things. Yes, he can do things for you. But truly, he cannot love you because he don't love himself. How can you give something that you don't have? Real talk, people. A lot of us, we have problems, people. Let's admit, our race of people is sick. We hate one another. We don't shop with one another. We don't support one another when it comes to a business. We make up excuse. All the food ain't right, or we always late. We make any excuse. But I see a lot of us running to these Mexicans. We running to these Arabs. We running to the white man to spend that money. But when it comes to a brother or sister, we make all types of excuses. Even down to a cutting grass. We don't want no black person to cut our grass. They might come back and break in our house. That's the stuff that we think in our minds. We so programmed. I was just looking before I got on live. I think those brothers that wear purple. They had two pictures, a white Jesus and a black Jesus. And he asked a young boy. He said, I got a caller. He said, I see you, caller. Who is this? And the young black boy said, this Jesus. He said, well, now, he pointed at the black picture. Who is this? He said, the devil. This is a young boy. The boy couldn't have been no more than about 7 or 8. I got a couple of callers, people. I'm going to take them. Area code 727. Go ahead, caller. Thank you for calling in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller.
All right. Hey, you hear me?
Okay, loud and clear.
My name is Don.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to you all the time and enjoy everything you say. Everything you're saying is the truth, and so help me God. The reason why we hate each other is because we don't own businesses together. We don't stick together to create housing for each other. We don't take care of each other. What happened after King, we had to stick together under Jim Crow. When Jim Crow ended, we fell apart from each other. The upper class blacks moved out. The blacks that got a nickel in their hand moved out the neighborhood. And all what was left was the poor blacks, uneducated blacks, and I hate to say it, the criminal element of blacks. That's what you have in Chicago. You have decent people in Chicago. I used to live there, raised a family there for a while, but I had to move me and my family out because you can't raise children in the ghetto. They'll get killed. So I'm going to work. I got to worry about the life of my child each day. Mm-hmm. And so until we start coming together and taking care of each other, creating jobs for each other, employing each other, building housing for each other, grocery stores. And once we start taking care of each other, we can do it. But with the killing and all of that going, all that does is further divide us as a people. And that's why we remember Rainbow Beach?
Mm-hmm.
You remember every Saturday, Sunday, it used to Friday night, thousands of us used to be at the beach, having a good time, drinking, smoking weed. I met a bunch of my women up there. From a couple of them, I had a child back. It used not one fight. Thousands of blacks, young blacks, not one fight, not one shooting, period. And you know that, Marcus. I'm a little older than you, mm-hmm. but you old enough to remember how we used to get together, have a great time, and never had no problem. Matter of fact, we used to enjoy ourselves with each other.
Mm.
But it all changed because of the simple fact, and I don't want to blame it on drugs. Drugs played a major important part. It was our attitude. My father was a dope addict. He changed. He became a book. He said, it's not the dope, it's the person that's using the dope, dealing with the dope before they started messing with the dope. What happened was we stopped loving each other when the dope trade hit full force back in the late 80s and the 90s. We just stopped the love. And now we get gang wars, turf wars happen. So what's going to happen? You're going to drive educated blacks out like me. You're going to drive us out of the neighborhood. Now all of those thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars flee out of the neighborhood. What's going to be left? I went down, I came to Chicago yesterday to see my uncle's funeral. 79th is worse now than it was when I was there 20-something years ago. And that don't make no sense. And it's all black on 79th. From 79th and Halsted all the way to South Shore, nothing but black. Why does that look like a damn ghetto? You can't blame the white man for that. You can't blame. We keep blaming our politicians are no good. None of them are good. Bobby Rush, all of them been in office for 50. You got all these black politicians. We did better under Mayor Daley. I remember Daley. We actually did better under Daley Davidson project. You may have not liked it, but we had a free place to stay. We had a cheap place to stay where we can get on our feet. The thugs went over there shooting up each other in the project. Now they tore them down. Now blacks ain't got nowhere to go. Now they paying $2,000 a month rent. We created 95% of the problems that blacks are suffering throughout the country. Forget just Chicago, throughout the country. It's our fault because we don't stick together. We don't have no love for each other. We don't take care. You gotta whites take care of each other. They may have problems. They have to lock some of them up. They have to go policemen to get them down. But they take care of each other as a whole. The Hispanic community take care of each other as a whole. All the other ethnic groups take care of each other. Muslims, all of them, they own businesses together. They work together. They take care. We the only group in America that don't do that. So until blacks wake up in their mind, we can't keep electing these do-nothing politicians in here that once they get in office, you don't hear a word out their mouth. Now, when they run for office every 4 years, you hear them hollering and screaming and everywhere. Now, once they like zombies when they get up. We got to stop voting on these same people. Second, we got to start learning how to take care of it. We got to sit down with the criminal element and say, hey, man, this is the kind of reality we want in our community. If you don't want to participate in that, you guys need to leave or go somewhere else, or we need to go somewhere else. Do like whites did. They see all these thugs coming in the neighborhood. I hate to say it because I experienced it. Come in the neighborhood, tied up, they move out, they create new communities. Now you can't get in there. Only the people they wanted that can get in there. We may have to start doing that. We and blacks got to separate themselves from the negative elements. If not, your mama, your grandkids, your daughters, your sons, everybody else gonna get shot and mauled. It's just simple. It's not going to stop until we divorce ourselves in these hoodlums, or at least tell hoodlums, do you want to join us in the peaceful, loving fashion? If you don't want that, you're incapable of doing that, then we need to separate. That's the only two options we got here. After we separate from them little thug niggas that's destroying our community, or we got to sit up here and create our own community. Okay. And we got to start learning how to take care of each other. Like all the other, we watch this, like Chinatown, they take care of each other. You go to the Italians, you go to every different ethnic group, not just in Chicago, everywhere. We the only ones don't do shit for each other, but complain and kill each other. That's why we do it. You ain't gonna kill somebody that you going to work with every day. You got to make sure this nigga, this human being lives, and this human being is happy so he can come make you money, so you can survive and pay these bills. But if you ain't got no connection with each other, what you gonna do? You gonna wreak havoc on yourself and you gonna wreak havoc on humanity. And that's what's happening more so in a big city like Chicago, because you got more. But we got the same element here in St. Pete. We just don't have it because it's a smaller town, don't have much of it. But blacks here is not going to tolerate it.
Yeah. And can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Ask you a question.
Yeah.
I heard everything you said. I mean, a lot of truth to what you said. But can I ask you a question? I want to ask you a personal question. Do black people have an enemy out here?
Yeah,
who is the enemy? Who is his enemy? Hold on. Who is the black man enemy?
Who is the black man? The ones that don't want to contribute, the ones that's out there terrorizing our communities and shooting us up. You remember that police sister that got killed coming home from work?
Yeah.
That's our enemy. The ones that killed her.
Okay.
Those are our enemy.
Okay.
Now, here's a beautiful sister just graduated from college with a master's degree, working for the police, living in the hood, and she come home from work. A little petite, beautiful sister, and some thug niggas run up on her. Now, how do you think we gonna relate with enemies like that in our community?
Okay, well, let me ask you another question. Let me ask you, sir. Hold it. Let me ask you another question. I want to ask you a question, and I need you to answer it for me. You old enough to answer it. Where do these guns come from in the black community? Number two, where is these drugs coming from in the black community? Now, the guns are not made in these same communities that you're talking about, that you come from, that I come from. We don't make guns and we don't make drugs. So those two elements that's plentiful in the black community, where did they come from? I'm asking you.
Definitely. Definitely. The guns come from, the guns are manufactured and they're sold by the white man. The drugs are sold in Mexico and Central America and South America. That's not the problem.
Hold it. Now, didn't you just tell me that your father was a drug pusher?
Huh?
Did you tell me that your father sold drugs and he pushed drugs? Didn't you just say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Hold it right there. So any person that's selling drugs in the black community, do you consider them a problem?
Oh, definitely. Okay, let me.
No. Hold it. I'm asking you for a reason. Hold it, brother. Hold it. I'll let you rattle off for 10 minutes straight. Now let me talk a little bit. I'll let you talk. I didn't get a word in. Now let me talk. Let me talk now. Now, these guns that are being used by these young teenagers and some adults, how are they getting these guns? How? We got to ask ourselves these questions, though. So listen. We're not just going to take all the blame. We have a right to blame another entity that's out here. There's a race of people out here that don't want to see this black complexion have anything. And listen, they just hate the very presence of this black complexion. They hate it for without a cause. They group us in all one category. Nothing we can do good in their eyes. Why is it that, I want you to answer this question. Why is it on social media and on the mainstream media that you see the ills, all the bad things about the black race on TV? No other race. Another question. Why is it that you hear black on black crime? You don't hear Asian on Asian crime. You don't hear white on white crime. You don't hear no other race use that term. But when it comes to black people, why is it that? Why? You ask yourself, why? We're not only destroying each other, but we got help. We got help to destroy each other. It's not all the next man's fault. It's some of that, we have to take some of that blame. But I guarantee you, If you put two starving lions in the cage together, you know what's going to happen. And these black communities that you grew up in, that I grew up in, you know they're not being fed. You know that. Come on now. Come on now. How could a person come over here in America, can't speak the language? So if you know if they can't speak it, they can't write it. Come over here, outfox us, outfinance us, and get money and live well. And we've been here all our life. We built this country. And we still being treated like a third and second class citizen. Come on now, brother. Give you an example. Give you another example. I know I asked you a question, but I feel it now. The migrants here in the city of Chicago. Now, they buying cars, vehicles. Now, you know these migrants don't have no driving license, brother. You know that. But they get a pass. Now, they pull me over. I'm going to get a ticket for speeding, rightfully so. So if they speeding, oh, they get a pass. Everybody get a pass but us. You got to ask yourself, don't you think our young people see that? Our young people are not going. They don't care about a house. They don't care about some of them being educated. If you put your hands on them, they're going to hit you back. They're not going in no corner and be quiet. They're going to do whatever they think to do to defend themselves and think about the consequence later. We see it all the time. And I'm not justifying bad behavior. But black people here in America, some of us, most of us, we have a history of not fighting back with other races. We will use deadly force toward one another. Here, a foreigner come in our community, slap one of our women. Some of the toughest gangbangers don't do nothing to say nothing. But them same gangbangers will go by somebody's house and spray 100 bullets in somebody's house. But when a foreigner come and disrespect one of our sisters or beat a brother down for any little minor thing, we won't say nothing. Something is wrong with that thinking. This is why we don't get no respect as a group. Now, I'm not saying black people can't make it here in America. Yes, they can. But as a group, they're not going to allow us as a group to prosper and stick together. They're going to use a divide and conquer tactic against. They're going to pin the light skin against the dark skinned one. And I understand our brothers and sisters, if you're doing well financially, you don't want to live around a criminal element and bring your family into a better element. I understand that. But there's going to come a time, brother, that we're going to have to make a choice. We're going to have to make a stand. We're going to have to stand with our people. We can't just leave our people behind. So some of these same people that have left the community, they never came back to give anything. And I'm not just talking about money. If you got a wealth of information, of knowledge, you can pass that knowledge on to your brothers and sisters. Some of us right now are working in these offices. Some of these city government offices, we know a lot of resources, but we won't tell our people. I'll give you an example. If you go to the unemployment office and you tell them you want to go to school while you're looking for a job, they tell you can't do it, but you can do it if you go to school after 5 o'clock at nighttime, evening school, but they're not going to tell you that. See, little small things like that can help our people. But if you don't know that information, you'll be left behind. That's why I said earlier, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, understanding. You pay the plumber to come in your house to do the plumbing because you don't know how to do it. You pay for what you don't know. You pay the beautician to do your hair because you don't know how to do it. You pay the barber to cut your hair because you don't know how to cut your hair. Imagine if we had a pool of black people that we was networking back and forth. If I was an automobile mechanic and you were an electrician and this brother was a plumber and this sister was a business owner, that's a tight circle full of professionals. And when we need one another, we can help one another. Well, you know, Martin, my daughter's car broke down. And I know you've been a certified mechanic. I'm going to need you to get over there and help, you know, no problem. Guess what? I might need that same electrician maybe a year later. I got a shortage somewhere. I need you to put in a 220 line. No problem, Martin, I'm coming. See, one hand washes the other. We have to set up a base like that, people. We have to use one another, not misuse one another.
You 100% right.
We have to do that. We have to do that, brother.
I know, but first you got to build a base.
Yes, but listen, the number one base.
We can't do that if we get shot at, Martin. See, the point everything you say is accurate. But the first thing we got to do is clean our house up first before we can worry about the white man and the next thing.
Listen, brother. Listen. Listen, brother. Listen. Listen. The white man is the cause of this problem. It's the white man. Hold on. I got to tell you. Now you hold on. You just agreed with me. Now, how are these young teenagers can't get the proper books that they need to get their education, but they can get the gun and go out there and kill somebody? They can so easily get a gun.
I grew up on 52nd and Ellis. In the heart of the ghetto.
I know where you grew up, Rock Creek Park. I know exactly where that's at. I lived.
I went to school and got my in the same ghetto that you talking about. I grew up in. Born and raised.
Okay, now, hold on, brother.
So I know the whole
hold on, brother. Can I ask you a question? That same ghetto, brother. Hold on. I want you to overtalk me now. Let me ask you a question, brother. Brother, I can't let you overtalk me now. What are you doing to help any other brother that's living in the ghetto? Not maybe in the ghetto in Chicago, in the ghetto probably where you at. What are you doing?
I'm a telecommunications.
Okay, hold on, hold it, brother. I'm asking you. Hold on, brother. I'm not asking you what you do as far as your profession. I'm saying, what are you doing to help a ghetto person?
People.
How?
Train them.
How?
I was a computer instructor teaching our people how to work with computers. Plus, I was fixing them as a businessman. Plus, working for corporate America.
Brother, hold it. Brother, I'm not asking you what you do. I'm asking what are you doing for these ghetto people that's shooting and killing each other? How are you doing? What are you doing?
I told you, I help black people with their computer information.
That's what you're doing now, or you did it before? You did that in the past. You ain't. What you doing now?
I'm 55 years old.
What you doing now?
But what I did.
No. Hold on. What are you doing now to help these people that you're talking about?
Oh, I'm drinking beer, smoking weed, and chilling. I did my mission. I'm retired, getting pension, getting my Social Security. I'm straight.
Okay, you straight, but what about, listen, what about that young brother that might need you, that if he run into you in the street, he might blow you away or take a carjack you? What about that brother?
Not everybody. Everybody know me. They don't come wanting to learn nothing. That's the problem. But if I'm talking gang banging, I don't do that. But if I was talking gang banging and jacking up, they be here. They don't want to learn. They don't come say, hey, Mr. Ford, I see you're a professional man. You raised the time, went to work, graduated from college. How can I get a job? How can I get myself to get on my feet? They don't ask for that. What they will ask for is a gun and to go out or a scheme to go out here and jack somebody else.
Okay.
Them niggas got to learn how to do different with their life.
Okay.
I was a little thug nigga like everybody else, and you got to outgrow that shit.
Brother,
it's time to put
brother, you know what you sound like? You sound like an old bitter man. If I was a young person, young teenager, that's where you would sound. That's what you sound like. And that's why hold on, brother. You ain't out there. I understand you ain't out there shooting and killing nobody. But what I'm saying is there's a disconnect from you and the young folks that you could help. Now, if a young man come to you and ask you, how can I get a gun? You say, listen up, brother. I'm not going to get you a gun, but I can get you something where you can make your own money and buy your gun legally, and this is what you do. When they come to you with something fictitious or whatever, you can always reverse the thing and talk to the brothers. Listen. All it takes is a conversation, brother.
Help don't come to you. Hey, listen. They got to seek help. Help don't go to you. You got to come out and seek it. If you want to get off the door, you can't sit up and expect people to knock on the door and say, hey, man, come on, we're going to get you off the door. You got to make the decision that I want to do it. You got to make the decision that I want to learn how to breathe. You got to make the decision that I want to do better with my life. Can't nobody make you. I can't. No,
brother. They gonna
do what they want.
Brother. Just like you trying to talk to a woman and you trying to persuade her to go to bed with you. She ain't gonna just walk up and say, hey, I want to go to lay down with you. But you trying to woo her. It's the same method when you go to a brother or trying to help a brother in need. You know, brother, hey, I don't know you from a can of paint, but hold on, brother. See, you scared. See, there you go with that TV stuff. Listen, some of these young folks ain't thinking about you, brother. Brother, listen. Listen, brother. I got a young son. I got a son that's 25 years old. And listen, hold on. Let me just tell you something. Let me tell you this. Has anything changed in Chicago? Y'all had 700 murders up there last year, right? Okay. And the year before that, another 700. Is anything changing? We need you. We need you back here. Maybe you could come here and make a change. Maybe you can come here and make a change. Help us out. I'm trying to make a change here in St. Pete. Yeah. No, you ain't doing no change now. It's not going to be a savior. Savior that came, gave the information is up for us. Hey, man, listen. Go on. Hey, listen, brother. Go on and enjoy your beer and your weed. Let me go to the next caller. Enjoy your beer and weed. Let me go to the next caller. All right. What's that? Next caller, 5045. Thank you so much for calling in, brother. 5045. Next call. Thank you for holding. Hey, Martin. How you doing? Go ahead, my sister.
I'm coming along. How about yourself?
Good.
Excuse me. Oh man, that was very intense. That was a pretty intense call. But I wanted to speak on two things. If I'm not mistaken, earlier I believe I heard you mention something to the effect of the shooting over at Sykes Park.
Yes.
You know, well, I believe that was possibly, allegedly, I don't know. It's almost impossible to make that mistake for security.
I agree. They got tight security.
But in order for something like that to happen, maybe somebody didn't do something right. And because I worked security for a couple of years at that location and at the other location, and so I've stopped quite a few things from coming through, including firearms.
Okay. Well, well, let me just say this, young lady. As you know, they fired the vice president and the general manager, and they talked. It was talks that they was talking about moving out of Chicago. Then this incident happened, which it's really not heard of inside of the stadium, and So, I mean, handwriting is on the wall, people. That's all I could say. Handwriting's on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious. If we can't interpret this, man, it's obvious. It's really obvious.
Exactly.
So we know those of us
happened at the United Center.
Yeah, those of us that go to these stadiums, we know that security is airtight. They searching, putting them wands on you, patting you, whatever they have to do. They doing look in your bag. You can't bring a big bag in there. So people, the stage is being set to me. I'm just telling you, it's just being set. I see it. I'm gonna call for what it is.
I agree.
That's what it is.
Even with the event last week at the United Center, where there was something going on, I said, "Wow, that."
Well, I'll say this:
but that was crazy.
That was stage 2 because it really wasn't no shooting. It was more like looting. That's what it was. It was no shooting. It was looting. That's what you want to call it. That's what was going on.
I agree. I can agree with
that. But
that.
no shooting.
I can agree with
that. They
that.
said it was no. See, let me just tell y'all something. We've been trained that when black folks get together, smoking and drinking, be fighting, arguing and all that. I go to the lake all the time. Grown people, they drinking, they smoking their cigars, they smoking their weed, drinking their alcohol. Nobody's fighting. Nobody's shooting. Every now and then you might have a little argument or something. And everybody come to the rescue. Oh, we don't. Yeah. We don't do that out here. We don't do that. That's all you hear. We don't do that out here. See, that's what I'm talking about. So a lot of stuff that we see is stereotypes. It's stereotypes. And if I can get black people to get on board and kick this stinking thinking out of their mind, do not allow nobody shaming you because you're African American or African Zoid, whatever you call yourself. Because when you hate yourself, you're going to be hateful not only to yourself and to the other people that look like you. That's all I'm saying. So, like I said earlier today, sister, I'm going to let you talk. Got another caller too. I don't care how much bad stuff I see about black people. You're not going to make me hate this black skin. You're not going to do it. It just ain't going to happen. Trust me. It ain't going to happen. I don't care how bad it look. I don't care if a woman took a baby and cut up and ate up for dinner, whatever. You're not going to make me be ashamed of being black. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Go ahead, call. I got another call, but you go ahead. 5045.
I understand, and I agree because it's just sad. It's not just so much as making you hate yourself. It's the fact that it's jealousy. I believe is that those that they're just jealous. They don't want to admit it, and they want what we have. They want what we have. They want the melanin. As a matter of fact, you do know that it's on the stock market, right? Unfortunately, yeah. But moving on, and you talked about things going on in the community. Well, one thing I will say is that I believe that some people are incentivized, however you want to call it, to come to our neighborhood and to terrorize us as well. So there is a lot that there is a great deal of domestic terrorism in which I also feel that those who harbor them, family members or what have you, know that your family members are out here doing wrong, I feel that they should be penalized as well for the damages that they're causing other people and other families. And then they get upset when that person is brought to justice or incarcerated. And then you got the nerve to get upset.
Right.
How dare you? How dare you get upset?
Let me just say this. Let me say this real quick. I'm not in the streets like that, but I would say the streets a lot of these murders are retaliation. You killed my brother. Now I'm going to kill your brother. Now, what my point is, we don't know what some of these beefs are going on. We don't know what these two got into. We don't know if it was a money transaction or whatever. We don't know. All we looking at it as a murder, a gruesome murder, which it is gruesome. But we don't know that this man that got killed, he raped this man's sister, took her to the hotel. We don't know them things like that. All we looking at is, hey, this is my brother, this is my uncle. You shouldn't have killed him. You know, that's how we looking at these things. But see, the street life have a whole nother set of rules that they don't abide by, I would say. You know, ain't no rules out in the streets. I think a lady said today, lady said, you could be in your backyard, you could be in the courtyard, or you could be in the graveyard. Make your choice. And some of these people out here have made their choice. But let me go to the next call. I want to get this next caller real quick. I had a long distance caller. Eric Coates,
you can taking my call,
no
but
problem.
I also
no
wanted to tell you about the community benefits agreement.
Okay.
CBA.
Okay.
For Woodline.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
So I hope that people are involved in their local politics, because I did talk to Mayor Johnson last month, and I brought that up to his attention, because we're trying to make a community benefits agreement so that those of us who live in Woodline, South Shore, Kenwood, Hyde Park, Oakland, etc., are in the area of the fallout for the to be directly affected by the President Obama district that's coming into the area, the Woodline area. We want to be able to support ourselves, and we are asking for land as well so we can develop it and have housing accordingly to help the people in the area so that we don't get displaced, so we can stay, those who've been living in Woodline for however many years, born and reared for the past 50, 60 years. Some people don't want to live anywhere else.
Okay.
And so seeing as sometimes they don't want to live anywhere else, and we're willing to work and want the opportunity to support ourselves.
I'm at to hold you. I'm at to hold you right there. I got to go to the next caller. Okay. Thank you. Eric Code 618. Eric Code 618. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, what's up, my brother Martin?
How you doing, my brother?
All right. I've been listening to everything you're talking about, and I'm 100% behind you on everything going on about the guns, how they got in there and everything. But what I wanted to speak about was how the brothers killing each other up in Chicago. And I don't know any of them guys, but I've been following them for the last 7 years. And I can count 50 people, and I can name them by name, know them by heart. And I just watch them on his social media kill up each other. I'm looking at them die as they do, and I say, it's just sad, brother. And yeah, we need to do something about that, you know. And I'm not mad because the killing they doing. I'm unhappy with it because I'm with you. It's not really their fault, you know. It's the people that's giving them the guns, and we know who bringing them in for them.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can sell drugs without killing somebody. You know, you ain't got, there's enough money for everybody out there. And I'm just with you on everything you talking about, man. And this is the best podcast I ever seen. But you only got 30 people watching it right now, and that's a shame.
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah.
Man, if there's anything you could do to get more people aware of it, I'm with you on it, man.
No problem.
I'm gonna let everybody know to start watching.
We on Facebook too, and 3 different platforms. But let me just say this to you, brother. And I'm a firm believer. The numbers that you see on YouTube and Facebook do not reflect the real numbers. Okay. My Facebook and YouTube have been shadow banned, you know. But I'll say this: it's up to you, the audience, to share, to like, and to talk about it and send people here. It's up to you guys to do it. You know, I'm just a messenger, brother. That's all I can do. I can tell black folks this, that, and that, and give us some information. It's up to you guys to use it. I'm only here for a season, brother. I'm shining now, and I'm going to shine the brightest I can shine in my time. And when my time is up, it's going to be somebody else's turn, if I may talk like that. Right. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil, bro. So if I worry about who ain't watching, who could be watching, who should be watching, it'll discourage me. It'll discourage me, for real. So I come on here, brother. If it ain't number one person, listen to me. I'm going to talk as if it was 1 million people or 1,000 people. I'm going to talk.
That's right.
And if I can save one person, if I can compel one man, one woman to change their thinking and point them in the right direction, I've done my job, brother. That's what it's all about. Getting results. Getting results.
And I want to say one more.
Go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to say, because this is my first time ever running across your channel, and I just kept it right there and started listening to you. And you live right now, and I just started listening to you. So now I'm going to try to follow you, you know, and just keep up with you.
I appreciate it, brother.
Subscribing everything. When I get off right now, I'm looking at you on my television, but I'm going to go to my cell phone and subscribe and everything like that, you know.
And it'd be appreciated, brother. You know, share the video, you know, tell your friends, hey, man, I got a brother out of Chicago. Man, he'd be dropping jewels. He dropped the truth.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to let them know.
They be punishing me, though. They be punishing me, though, but that's okay. I said, God, if I got to go down, I'm going to go down for the truth. I ain't going down for no lie. I'll tell you. For real.
What's up, bro?
Yeah. Hey,
I appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate you for calling in. Even first time caller, it's always a joy to hear you. And I don't know you from a can of paint. You don't know me, but hopefully we can get acquainted each other, follow each other, talk to each other, continue to call in, man. That's why I call it live, uncut, unedited, brother. Listen, I ain't got no script before me. Nothing. I'm going with whatever come in my heart and my mind and my spirit. That's what I'm going with. I might open up and want to talk about crime. We might be talking about politics. I might open up and want to talk about politics. We might be talking about the police. But whatever God carries us, brother, you know, I want to be obedient. Wherever the Spirit lead me, that's where I want to go.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up. Appreciate you, brother. You can hold on if you want to. I got another out-of-town caller, too. 806 area code. Go ahead. 806. Come on, caller.
Hey, what's up, Martin?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. I just want to start off always by saying I love this show.
Yes, sir.
But I want to just touch on one thing, because the majority of your audience is older people.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell some of you older people, we got to stop blaming our youth for everything. Yes, we do have our youth gang banging, selling drugs, murdering, causing problems in our neighborhoods. But where did they get that from? They got that from some of those old heads. I'm 44 years old. I'm an ex-gangbanger, a forever gang member. And I look and see some of the things that's going on in my community, the same things I've done. So I go and talk to these youngsters. These youngsters we don't want to hear that old school. Old school, here come old school with that preaching. These youngsters run to me when they see me because they want knowledge. They hungry for it. They want a way out. They don't like watching their homeboys die. They don't like watching their mothers cry. They want something more. So when some of you older people say, look at him, pants hanging off his butt, bandana hanging out his back pocket, I don't want nothing to do with them. Instead of saying, hey, bro, come here, let me talk to you for a second. How's your day going? Do you know how to get in school? Have you ate today? Do you got a family around here? Are you from this neighborhood? Do you want a job? Do you have any ambition? You might be surprised at what these young cats tell you. Big Glock on their hip and all. Some of them might start crying when you talk to them because ain't nobody ever talked to them before. All they know is big homies and little homies. They don't know real OGs and real doctors and lawyers and people, not in cooks and chefs. People that just work overnight at a factory. They don't have that in their life every day.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all can just stop for a second and stop judging these youth and try to talk to them and stop being scared, because like Bart said, y'all go about what the media tell y'all about our kids. It's not true.
Mm-hmm.
The kids want knowledge. They want a way out. They want ways to take care of their mama, their brothers, their sisters without having to kill or sell drugs or take a chance of going to the penitentiary. A lot of them do. I swear to God, 85%. Now, you got some, yes, that's gone. But you also got some old heads that's gone. I'm gonna make an example. I'm going to show you an example. Juneteenth. All the little OGs and all the little gang banging homies I used to run with. I said, hey, let's get together, get these youngsters in the hood that's doing the same things we used to do, and let's get something positive, get them to do something constructive, let's get them a league where they can play ball, make some money, do something, get them in school. You know what these cats told me? Oh, them little niggas ain't trying to hear that. They ain't. No, you're not trying to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these old fools is scared of these youngsters outgrowing them. So when y'all sit back and talk about what these youngsters doing, try to understand that some of these youngsters don't got no positivity in their days. All they listen to is Pooh Shiesty. All they watching is Arnold Schwarzenegger blowing up buildings, watching the Equalizer 1, 2, and 3, whatever it be. But they have nobody saying, hey, bro, you can really go to jail. You can really go to school. You can really go to college. You can be somebody. Like you said, just because you leave the hood, don't mean you can't come back and make an influence.
Mm-hmm.
You can make an influence on the hood from 1,000,000 miles away.
You know what? Let me say this,
all
brother.
All you got to do is put forward the influence. Yes, sir.
I agree with you. Let me say this. You got some folks, those of you that's listening to me, that you truly are afraid to approach a young person. How about starting in your own family, your nieces, your nephews, and your, little uncles or whatever. Start with them. Start with them. You won't even talk to them because you so afraid somebody gonna ask you for something. And if you got the mentality like that earlier, that brother guy, I'm retired, I did all. No, you ain't retired. No. You gonna always got to help somebody. You got to help them. Listen, it don't mean you got to come out of your pocket. You can give a person a wealth of information. The brother said it, you just said it. Speak to a brother. Man, how was your day? How everything going in your life, brother? I know you don't know me, brother, but I love you, man. Be safe out here. It don't cost you nothing to tell another black man, say, be safe, or black woman, hey, you look beautiful today. And I'm not trying to flirt with you. It don't cost you nothing to say that. You'll be surprised. Little words like that go a long way. Because that same person that you speaking to jump out of car and his homie's trying to carjack you and he recognized you. He said, I know him. Leave him alone. Let him go. You'll be surprised. Am I right, brother? You'll be surprised.
You're right.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Just because you were speaking positivity to the brother and they was out on a move to carjack something and he thought that it was you, the person that spoke to me, no, we're going to give him a pass. Don't do nothing to him. Let him take his car. You know, come on. That's love. That is love. Let me tell you about an incident that happened the other day. And I talked about it in my live. It was a guy went in the gas station, left his baby in the car, his child in the car. And when he came out the gas station, the guys met him with a pistol, the young guys. And he told them, I'm going to give y'all my keys, but let me get my baby out the car. And you know what one of the guys told the other guy? Man, don't do him. He's going to kill him. Don't do him. See, just by that other young man, his rappy, saying don't do him, it saved that man's life. Because the trigger, the other man, he wanted to just waste him. He didn't care about his daughter being in the car, or son, or baby. He was on a mission. Now, you got some criminals out here that got a heart. We'll have a little compassion on you, even though they sticking you up and rob you. They'll tell you, don't turn around. Don't look at my face. I don't want to have to do you now. Just give me that wallet. Give me them keys. Give me that phone. And keep walking straight. Don't turn around. And most of the time, not all the time, you'll probably live another day if you don't show no resistance. But go ahead, my brother. I just wanted to throw that in while you was talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead. 806, go ahead.
Oh, no, bro, you're exactly right. And that goes a long way. For me being an ex-gang banger, I'm always going to be a gang member. That will never change. And I know some of y'all that's not in gangs will never understand what I just said. But that's a fact. And I don't want to change my past. I live my past so I can help the future. See, some of y'all don't understand a gang mentality. So I don't expect everybody to get it. But the ones that do, I'm asking, I am begging y'all, try to talk to some of these young gangsters. The ones that have their head on straight. I'm talking about you older cats that have your head on straight and now doing something with yourselves. That's out the gang banging mentality. That's out the dope selling mentality. See, because some of us gangsters, we own businesses. See, some of us gangsters know now that going to school is gangster. Owning your own business is gangster. Taking care of your family in a positive way in your community, that's gangster. We didn't understand that back then. Y'all have the knowledge and the power to change what we was taught. That messed up mentality that we was taught back then. Because, and I'm going to be real, the knowledge that we were given about how to gangbang and kill your own homeboy, kill somebody that's not from your same set, the person that told you that wouldn't even do it. The person that taught you how to carjack probably ain't never jacked nobody. The person that taught you how to sell dope probably broke right now. So you got to understand that we can change the future of these young gangsters. We can't stop them from being gangsters, but we can stop that mentality of a gang-banging idiot. And that's all I want to say.
And I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you, brother. You already know what it is. It's live. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. And people, this is where we tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I don't know about y'all, but I love being black. That's it, people. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Make sure you share this video and everything we said. We try to say it in spirit of love. You know, sometimes some things come out rough, but I do not apologize for saying the truth. But, you know, the scripture said, don't let your good be evil spoken of. We want to use wisdom when we speak. We want to use wisdom when we encounter with people. We always have to have a listening ear, as well as when some of us love to talk, but we don't like to listen. So I try my best to be a great listener. And I've always been taught that your eyes and your ears are your university. That's it, people. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you share the video, share it to a friend, talk about it, do a reaction video. Don't make no difference. I love you guys. I love being Black. Don't let nobody tell you that it's something wrong with being Black. It's not. It's a wonderful thing. We have a great heritage all around this world. And don't ever let a man or a woman, a boy or girl, or some type of social media platform or mainstream media having you shame of who you are. Thank you so much.